Hello everyone and welcome you all to another chapter of the MS Word Advanced tutorial. So now we are on chapter number 17 and here we'll be making a project on making a cover letter design. Okay, so I'll be making up a cover letter design over here. Okay, so let's not waste time and let's get started. So here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the MS Word. So from here, what I'm going to do is I am going to create up a new blank document. Okay, so I'll click on this blank document option over here. So to create a cover letter, what I'm going to do is I am going to first choose the page size over here. Okay, so I'll just come here to the layout option, and from the layout option I will come here and maybe I'll select the letter page size. So now here you guys can see the size of the page over here have changed. Okay, so again what I'll do is suppose I will come here, and if I want to customize the margin, I will come here and I will customize the margin right over here. Okay, so the first thing what I am going to do right over here is I am going to take or insert a shape. Okay, so basically I will try it with a rectangle shape. Okay, so this were the recently used shapes over here, so I will just click on this rectangle shape, and what I'm going to do is I am going to make a straight line right over here. Okay, so I'll just make one like over here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to put no outline over here, and at the same time I will choose up a different fill color. Okay, so maybe let's take this color over here, and now just increase the size accordingly, and here in this corner as well just increase the size. So if I just want to come down a little bit, I will be able to come down a little bit over here as well. Okay, so this is how it looks right now. So now what I'm going to do right over here is the next thing, I am going to add up some icons. Okay, so to add up some icons, what you can do is suppose I want to put the phone number, my email address over here. Okay, so in that case, I will come here onto the insert option again. Okay, and go to the icons option from here. Okay, so it will just take you a few time. Okay, so suppose first you want to add your phone or your email address. Okay, so let me just write email. So here you guys can see I do have this option right over here. So what I'll do is I'll select this one, and now I will just insert it right over here. Okay, so once I have inserted this one, now I can also move this one. So for that, what I'll do is I'll come here in the layout option, and from the layout option I will select this in front of text option. Okay, so I will just select in front of text option over here. Okay, so now I will come here and close this down again. So now if you wanna move this thing up, you guys will be able to move this thing up over here as well. So now if you want to decrease the size, okay, you guys can come here and maybe decrease the size accordingly. So I'll just keep this thing right over here on the top. Okay, so I'll just put up this icon right over here. Okay, and let's select this behind one. And now once I have selected this one, if you want to actually fix its space, okay, so just select behind text, or if you want to bring it in front, you guys will also be able to bring this one in front over here. Okay, so if you want to come here in the wrap text option, come here and you guys can select like fixed position on page. Okay, so now here I won't be able to move that thing up right now. Okay, so let's bring it over here, and now I will again go, and what I want to do is now at this particular point I want to put up the text box. Okay, like where I will be putting up the text. So in that case, now I will come over here and now I will just draw a text box. Okay, so you guys already know how you will be able to add up a text box over here. So come to this text box option. Okay, and from here there are different pre-text. Okay, so these presets from here, you guys can come on to this option, and if you want to move it up, you guys can move it up from here. So let's select this one and let's type it up right now. Okay, so let me give John. Okay, so I will just write John 1525 at gmail.com. Okay, so I have just increased, I have just written this particular text, and if I want to increase the size, I will also be able to increase the size kind of like this from here. Okay, if I want to get it of 16, I will come here, and now if I want to decrease this box size, I will be able to decrease the box size from here, and now I will also place it over here. Okay, so now if I want to align both of this, okay, in that case what I can do is I can come here, and suppose I will select this one, come here, click on shift and select both of these at the same time. Okay, and once you have done that, you guys can come here onto the align option, and from here you guys will be able to align both of this properly. Okay, so if I just come back over here, okay, if you want to align it in the middle, okay, so here you guys can see now I have aligned both of this here in the middle. Okay, and both of these things, now if you want to group it up as well, okay, I will be able to group it up from here as well. So let's click on to the group icon over here and let's group it up. So now I have just grouped this thing up quite like this. And if you want to ungroup both of this, come here and just click on the ungroup option. Suppose if you do have to make any kind of changes, okay, so in that case, you guys can come here, and maybe I will select this one. Let's go back again. Okay, let's select outside, and I'll just select this text box. Let's increase its size, and I will just decrease the size from here as well. Okay, so I'll just decrease it from here as well, and now again with shift, select both of this. Okay, so selecting both of this right over here, and now I will go to the align option. Okay, so from here, I will go to the shape format, and from shape format, I will just align in the middle. Okay, so I will just align both of this here in the middle, and now I can just group both of this thing out. Okay, so now once I have grouped this thing, what all do I want to add? Okay, so I want to add my phone number, and also I want to add my address. Okay, so in that case, you guys can come over here, and what you can do is you guys can click on Control D. Okay, so I have just duplicated this layer. Now what I can do is I can just keep this thing right over here again, and now I also want to create another box. Okay, so in that case, what you can do is you can come here and again click on Control D. So here I have duplicated another box right over here. So in this case, what I want to do is I want to put in one location. Suppose here I will put the phone number. Okay, so in that case, I will come to this particular option. Let's select over here. Okay, so I have selected this one right over here, and if I just right click, okay, so here you guys can see I do have a lot of option. Okay, so if you just want to ungroup all of this, you guys will also be able to ungroup these things out from here. Okay, so let's select this one. Then if you want to change, suppose you want to change this particular icon. Okay, so in that case, I will come over here and go to this graphics format. Okay, if you want to change the color to some different color, you guys will be able to do that. But for me, what I'm going to do is I am going to go to this option called the change graphic. Okay, so they're asking me from where do I want to change the graphic. So from here, I will go to icons. Okay, and from icons, now I will write phone. Okay, so I will just write phone over here and I will just click on enter. And here you guys can see I do have different icons for phone. So I will just insert it right over here. And here you guys can see I do have the different same size right over here. Okay, I'll select this one, go to change graphic option from icons. Okay, and basically what I want to add over here is address. Okay, so let's write address. Okay, or I will just type on location. Okay, so I will just type location over here, and here you guys can see I do have a lot of option for location. So you can just show that it's your home address. Okay, so you guys can come here and insert this one right over here. Okay, and once you're done, you guys can come here and you guys can write your thing down. Suppose I will just write 25th. Okay, 25th Avenue, comma ABC. Okay, so I can just select this one and write things accordingly. Okay, so maybe I'll go here. If I just give a gap, and from here as well, I will just write thing down. Okay, so I will just put up a phone number. So let's give a plus 00123456789. Okay, so that is the phone number right over here. And in this case, suppose if I come right over here, this is grouped. Okay, so I'll come here and with my shift, I will also select this box, come here onto the shape format, go to this group option, and now group both of these things accordingly as well. So now one by one, what you can do is you guys can put up these things right over here on top. Okay, and before that you guys need to make sure that you guys come here, select the shape fill, and you guys don't have any fill over here. And also the shape outline, you don't have any shape outline right over here as well. Okay, go to shape fill, no fill, and go to shape outline, and you guys should select no outline right over here as well. And the same way, do three of it, so you guys can save much more time if you guys do it in the first. So for me, so I'll come here again and I have just grouped this thing up. What I can do is I can come here and now I will just select only this one. Okay, suppose I will just ungroup it again. Okay, ungroup. So I will just select this particular text box, go to the shape format, go to shape fill, select no fill over here and also no outline. Okay, so now I will again click on shift with this one. Okay, and now what I'll do is I'll go to group option and I'll group both of these accordingly. Okay, so now I want to put this thing up right over here. So now I will move this one and just put it up right over here accordingly. If I want to decrease the size a little bit, I will also be able to do that. So let's come over here. Let's select this icon. And now I will just decrease the width a little bit. And now I can just place it up right over here as well. Okay, so let's place it up right over here. And lastly, I do have this particular address, which I can also put it right over here. Okay, so I can just centralize this one a little bit. Okay, so let's come here. Let's select the whole thing up. So let's just centralize these things up. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to align all of this properly. In that case, again, what you'll do is you will come here in the home option, and from here you guys will select objects. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to select all the objects from here. Okay, suppose I will just select all the objects which I do have over here. Otherwise, with shift you guys can come here, select all these things right over here, and now go to the shape format option, and from here if you want to align in the middle, here you guys can see this is aligned in the middle quite nicely. Okay, and now you can also group all these things up. Suppose you want to group it up. Okay, you guys can just group all these things up right over here. So once you're done with this particular space over here, what you can also do is you can come here, go to the insert option, and from the insert option you guys can also check out 3D models. Okay, so instead of that, what I'm going to take is I am going to take some shapes from here. Okay, suppose let's take this particular shape right over here, and now I am going to give this thing a different color. Okay, so I don't want any outline, so I'll just select no outline. And in shape fill, what I'm going to do is I am going to take up this color, and I am going to place it right over here. Okay, so let's select this one over here, and now in that particular place only I am going to draw a text box. Okay, so let's take up a text box quite like this over here, and let's write date. Then I will just give on the colon, and now let's write 2 slash 2 2029. Okay, so once I have done this one, I will just select this word, and now if I want to increase it, I will be able to increase the size from here as well. Okay, so let's take a 22, and if I want to make it kind of bold, I will be able to make it kind of bold. If I want to change the type, okay, I can select this one, and now I will be able to place this accordingly here as well. Okay, so now before that I will come here in the layout option, and now I will just put on in front of text. Okay, so now once I have put this particular thing, I will also select the shape format, and I'll give no fill over here, and also to the outline I'll give no fill right over here as well. Okay, so now I'll just put the date right over here. Okay, so I'll just align it properly here in the middle. Okay, so the next thing what you're going to do is you are going to write down the name. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do is I am going to come here, and now I am going to take up a text box. So let's take this text box from here as well. Okay, so let's write Adam Smith. Okay, so I will just write Adam Smith over here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to increase the size of the text kind of like this. Okay, so I'll just going to take this particular size, select it again, go to the home option. If you want to make it bold, you guys will be able to make it bold from here. If you want to use any other type of font, you guys will be able to take different kind of fonts from here as well. Now if you want to move it up, okay, so I will go to shape format, go to shape fill, select no fill, and also in the shape outline select no outline over here. Go to this option, and now select in front of text option, and after that you guys will be able to move this thing up quite over here. Okay, so you guys will be able to move it up somewhere here on this side. Okay, and accordingly you guys can check wherever you want to move it. Okay, you guys can move it over here and place it accordingly. Okay, so this part is basically done. Okay, so underneath as well, if you want to come here and if you want to insert a shape, so the same way I will just try and create a rectangle box. So I'll just create a rectangle box quite like this over here. Okay, and now I will just arrange it properly. So I will just put this over here and also here on this particular line. So now after doing this one, what you can do is give no outline over here, and in the shape fill just use the color which you have recently used. Okay, so here you guys can see this is the same color. So what you can do is you can just select this one and come down accordingly. So come down like here. Okay, so just come down accordingly, and once you're done you can click over here. Okay, And this is basically the format in which you will be making your cover letter. Okay, so now once you want to write down the letter, okay, you guys will be able to write down from here. So from here, what I'll do is let me come over onto the file option. Otherwise, let's see some of the examples over here. Okay, so let's write cover letter examples. Okay, so let's see cover letter examples from here. So here basically you guys can see these are some of the cover letter example. Okay, if you want to see these things up, you guys can come here and also look onto all of these things right over here. Okay, so basically here you guys can see, okay, if I want to visit this site, okay, I can come here and here you guys can see I do have this cover letter size right over here. Okay, so if I want to download it, I will also be able to download it from here. Suppose what I want to do is I want to just copy this thing. Okay, so in that case I will be able to view it over here. So here you guys can see first they do have the name of the HR. Okay, so in that case you can just give a brief letter kind of like this. So they do have the address of the recipient over here, and after that it follows kind of like this. Okay, so if you want to copy this one, you guys will also be able to do that from here. Okay, so let's come back over here. If you want to check out more of it, you guys can come here and you guys can check these things out from here as well. Okay, so there are different things like how you will be able to write this thing up. Okay, so suppose if you want to bring it over here, let's come to get this thing right over here. Okay, so this particular link, if I want to bring it down, so let's select the link first. Okay, and if you want to move it up, you guys will also be able to move it up from here as well. Okay, so for me, what I'll do is I'll just go on to the file option and click on open. Okay, and from here I do have a letter application. I will just copy this one for now. Okay, so I will come here and let's just copy this layout down. Okay, so I will just click on Control C, and now again I'll come here, and what I can do is I will just click on Control V right over here. And if I want to go back, so let's place it right over here. Okay, and check your margins are in a good position. Okay, so let's take this margin right over here. Okay, and now if you want to come down, you can come down quite like this. And now if you want to put on Control V, you guys can come here and also put on Control V right over here. Okay, if you want to go back, you guys will also be able to go back from here. Okay, so come here at this position and now just click on Control V. Okay, so here you guys can see it's just moving out too deep on that side. Okay, so in that case you guys can come here and instead of just pasting it directly over here, you guys can come here and just make up a text box accordingly. Okay, so now if I come here and now if I just click on Control V, okay, so I will just select this again. Let's select Control C. Okay, come here and to this point select Control V over here. Okay, otherwise I do have these objects, so let's not take this one, let's just take this particular part. Control C. From here come to this option and click on Control V. Okay, now you guys can just increase the spacing of the letter. Suppose I want to put the letter quite till here, and as well I want to keep it kind of like this. Let's bring it here on top, let's bring it here on down. Okay, if I want to increase this size, I can come here and maybe I will just increase the size of my letter accordingly. Okay, so now once you are done, here you guys can see now if you don't want this particular box, Click on this, go to shape outline, go to no outline from here, and also in the shape field, go to no fill here as well. Okay, so here you guys can see I am done. Okay, so basically you guys can also put up your name and all at the end. Okay, but just to show you guys an example how this is made, and I hope you guys have understood this class on how you will be able to make up a cover letter design. Okay, so hope to see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.